Pisces. It's April 7th, 2026. But when you find this message is when you're meant to receive it. Let's take a look at what your animal oracle card says today, and we'll pull some tarot cards and see what Spirit has in store. Let's call in Spirit. Okay, Pisces, I hope that you're all doing well. Today is April 7th, 2026, but when you find this message is when you're meant to receive it. Hope that you're all doing well. Let's take a look at what the Wild Soul Animal Oracle card says for your overall feeling for the day. This will be a general message. Not all messages will resonate with everyone, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Welcome to, if you're new here and you like my readings, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like. And welcome back to everyone that has always been here with me. And I really appreciate and love you all for being here. Thank you for liking and sharing and hyping and all that good stuff. Let's see what Animal Oracle card we get today. What is the energy, Spirit? Angels, guides, ancestors, what is the most important message for Pisces? What do they need to know right now at the time that they're viewing this message? And we pulled the boar, and the word is bravery. So let's see what the book says on the boar and the word bravery. Okay. Okay, so the word, the boar is a symbol of courage, strength, and fearlessness. Represents the warrior spirit within us all. Known for its fierce nature and ability to face threats head on, the boar teaches the power of bravery and standing your ground. This card suggests that you may need to summon your courage to face a challenge or defend your position. The boar reminds you that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the determination to act despite it. So summon your courage and face your challenges head on. Bravery will help you overcome fear and achieve your goals. Okay. So where do I need to show my bravery? So, you know, like where are we going to show our bravery today? How can I balance, you know, my courage with whatever wisdom I might have? That kind of thing is what Spirit is asking today. What do we need to be brave about? Let's see what's going on with the tarot cards. Okay. So I'm like picking up here, like, you know, there may be something that you have to face and you kind of been putting it off is what I'm feeling. So getting the courage in order to face an obstacle or something that you've been putting off, something that you really don't want to do, but you're going to have to do it. That kind of feeling. Angels, guides, ants. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups here. I feel like this is your energy. You hate doing this is what I'm feeling here right away. That there's something that you have to face and you kind of have to stand your ground. And this is like your energy, the Queen of Cups. You're more like a gentle kind of person. You don't like confrontation. You'd rather not do this. You'd rather be kind. It's much easier for you. What else, Spirit? Messages for Pisces, please, Spirit. Okay, we've got the Nine of Cups, the World reversed, and the Two of Wands. Okay. There's some type of decision that you've needed to make. There's some unfinished business here. There's something that has left you not happy here. You're very disappointed in something. There's some type of there's disappointment here, and you're going to need to make a decision. There's some unfinished business that you've needed to do, is what I'm feeling here. You're feeling like, you know, you've got to stand your ground. Something has disappointed you with the Nine of Cups being reversed here. With the World card here, it's like there's unfinished business because you haven't stood your ground. You haven't had the courage or bravery to stand your ground and stand up to something that has left you very disappointed. And there's been, you know, a decision that needs to be made about this because something has not turned out the way that you wanted it to. So there's got to be some type of determination, bravery, and courage in order to say enough, because whatever has happened here, you've been very disappointed. Let's clarify. Please clarify the Queen of Cups. It's the Four of Wands here. Clarify the Nine of Cups. Please clarify the World. The Eight of Cups. And we have the Temperance, clarifying the Two of Wands. The back of the deck, the overall energy is the Page of Swords. Okay, so there's been a lack of communication here with the Page of Swords in the reverse position. I feel like you've been putting this off. So you've needed to communicate with somebody your dissatisfaction about something. You've been putting it off because you need courage in order to talk to this person or people, or, you know, there's got to be a communication. There's something that needs to be said, in other words. And you've had to summon up the courage in order to talk to this individual or group about how you're feeling and dissatisfied, okay? What I'm feeling here is this may have something to do with someone you may share a home with the Four of Wands here. It's like that you may be dealing with a Taurus here with the Hierophant being reversed. They're doing something that is not something that is going on that's left you dissatisfied. Is they're doing something that is unorthodox. In other words, they are doing something perhaps in the home that has broken your trust with the Ace of Swords here. They may have even, can you guys not do that, please? I swear they do that every time. I feel like they broke your trust. They broke your thought pattern about them. There's somebody in the household, it feels like, or somebody you might share your inner circle, somebody within your inner circle or family or home. Somebody's shooken up the foundation of your life. And they've broken their trust with you by doing something that is unorthodox here. So you need to have the courage, because there's unfinished business here on how you're feeling. There needs to be a decision here. You need to communicate how you're feeling here. You need to walk towards this person and communicate with them. And decide to say enough's enough. Or decide to say that I don't trust you because of what you're doing to upset the way that I feel about you in my mind, and how they've made you feel. Disappointment is the main communication here. How they've disappointed you. This could be a child that you live with. This could be a spouse. Maybe a Taurus. But it's like you have to stand your ground. You need to say enough is enough. You have to summon up the courage in order to talk to this person, is what I'm feeling here, Pisces. What is the outcome here? What is the outcome for Pisces, please, Spirit? What is the outcome? These are like vinyl cards, so they make a sound a little bit here. What is the outcome for Pisces in this situation, please, Spirit? One more. Well, we got more than one here. So the outcome, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. There's some loss here. Ten of Pentacles reversed. And the King of Cups. I feel like there's going to be a loss of something here. It feels like the loss of a relationship, or a breakdown of a relationship here. There may have been a loss of money, and that's where this trust was broken. I feel like you've shown this person so much compassion, but they've broken your trust. There's a loss of trust here. Clarify the Ten of Pentacles, please, Spirit. So I feel like you're going to speak with them. There's going to be a loss of this relationship. A loss of the partnership or friendship, companionship. Clarify the 10. Thank you. I feel like they may have taken money from you or something that was tangible, and that's why you lost trust with this person for some of you. You've shown this person so much compassion. What is the advice here? What is the advice for Pisces, please, Spirit? We have the King of Wands reversed. The advice is to not hermit yourself, basically, is to stand your ground, just as we talked about with the boar. So your advice is to stand your ground. Don't be weak in the situation with the King of Wands here. One more. What is the advice? That, to be brave. Fight for what is right. Fight for what is rightfully yours is what the advice is here for you, Pisces. Stand up, be brave, stand your ground, communicate your feelings. This person disappointed you. There's a loss of friendship or relationship here. You've shown so much compassion towards this individual, and they may have lied, cheated, deceived you. Perhaps they may have stolen from you, or, they've broken your trust here. There's a loss of this dynamic, and you're moving into your independence here. Back of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles here. It's like a feeling of loss. I feel like you're going to be leaving them out in the cold is basically what I'm feeling here for what you don't see. But I feel like it's what is needed to be done. It feels like you really put this off. This is something that you've really put off for a long time. You've shown this person so much compassion because you're a kind-hearted individual. You've given them chances after chance, it feels like. And it's time, you need to be brave. There is unfinished business here, and you need to communicate your feelings. I feel like that's the main thing here today is communication. You really need to communicate what you feel. You need to be brave and tell this person how they made you feel. You've been way too kind. Let's pull a message from your angels to finish up here. This is an angel therapy card. Get some advice from your angels. So it looks like today you're going to have to stand your ground. Finish this up. There's some unfinished business here. You really need to tell somebody how you feel. I'm being pulled to say something. I have a colleague that I work with, and I'm getting pulled to say something to give you an example. I had a friendship with a coworker. We hit it off right away when we first met, when we first started working together, like 5 years ago. And we developed a friendship right away, and we started kind of hanging out outside of work and things like that. And, make a long story short, she really hurt my feelings. And since that time, and this has probably been way over a year now, she really hurt my feelings because I was going through some things personally. And I felt like she just kind of disregarded me as a friend during that time. And it really hurt my feelings. So we haven't even spoken. Like, we are in the same work environment, but we don't speak. So it's almost like I need to say to her, this is how you made me feel. That's the type of energy this is, that you really need to stand your ground and speak up for yourself here, Pisces. All right, angels. Message from the angels, please, to finish up this message. So we pulled the word indigo, and it says the person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural-born leader. So I feel like what is happening here is Spirit is saying, Pisces can be sensitive, okay? And, it's okay that you're sensitive to things. And just because you're highly sensitive doesn't mean that you can't stand your ground and say how it made you feel, okay? If somebody says to you, well, you're just too sensitive, I hate that so much because everyone has their own feelings. Everyone has, everyone reacts to things differently. In other words, like my situation, as I was giving an example, if I was to say this to her, this is how you made me feel, and she said, well, you're too sensitive. Well, I would have been like, well, you're not a good friend then. And that's why we can't be friends any longer. Because I'm going through a very difficult time, and you weren't there for me as a friend, and it really hurt my feelings. And if somebody responds to you like, you're too sensitive, or you're too highly sensitive, that's not the type of person that you need in your environment. Somebody should appreciate your sensitivity, okay? Somebody should appreciate that, you care so much about how it makes you feel. Because we're in a world where feelings matter, okay? That's all that matters, right? Our connection to one another. And if we can't be sensitive to other people, or have people be sensitive towards us, then what's the point of having relationships? Because we're all very different. Everyone reacts to different things the way that they're going to react to it. So I feel like, if you're told you're too sensitive, then that's not the type of person that needs to be in your group, in your life, in your home, right? In your environment, in your energy. So stand your ground here, Pisces, today. Be brave. Communicate your feelings. It's okay. Who cares if they say that you're too sensitive? You're a beautiful, lovely, light person that God has made. And you have feelings. You may feel enormously, and that's okay. I'm going to leave the message there for you, Pisces. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Please be kind and compassionate to one another, because that's what it's all about, right? Have a wonderful day. Namaste.